Okay, okay. Uh, okay, you in the far back of the plane, do you have a question about the Maduro release?
No, I'm begging you to take me back.
Oh, okay, ladies. Can lady, can you just shut up? I'm trying to talk to the press, and you're kind of interrupting what I'm doing. I'm trying to ask people, do they have questions, and you won't stop talking. If you don't shut up, we're gonna have to divert the plane to to somewhere in the middle of nowhere in South America. I don't know what your problem is, but I suggest if you don't have a question about the Maduro release, please sit down and please shut up.
No, you don't understand. Please listen to me.
Okay, ladies, sit down. This is your final warning. Sit back down. Don't say anything else unless it has something to do with the Maduro release.
No, please don't punish me like that.
Okay, okay. Security, please get her. Please get her. Uh, okay. So give me a second. I'm gonna get the papers, and we're gonna move on with all the questions. So the papers says that Operation Sovereign Peace, uh, Operation Sovereign Peace is working. The papers, putting it out. Okay, John, can you go get the paper from the back? Okay, so the papers I'm reading right now says Operation Sovereign Peace.
Why you didn't get the donut?
Operation Sovereign Operation Sovereign Peace is currently in operation. We're trying to get the information about the Maduro police. Okay, okay. You in the back, do you have a question about the Maduro release?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that last part about the Maduro release?
Yes. Do you have a question about the Maduro release?
Yeah, what's the deal with that Maduro release?
So since you're new here and we're all on the plane to Brazil, so I've started the Operation Sovereign. I've started Operation Sovereign Peace, and Sovereign Peace is to restore Venezuela and pay and help pay the bill that Maduro has to pay and let him live. But do you have another question about the Maduro release?
Yes, I do. So, what does Op Sovereign Peace involve exactly?
It involves the release of Maduro, restoring Venezuela and selling the Venezuelan oil reserve to our ally countries, and maybe even Iran. I might have to talk with Trump about that, but anyway, we're doing Operation Southern Peace. It has officially started. I don't know if you know, but when the plane took off, Operation Southern Peace officially started. So, do you have another question about Operation Southern Peace?
That's a lot to take in. So, let me get this straight. We're selling Venezuelan oil reserves to other countries, and Iran might be involved. Also, the U.S. is now part of this operation?
Yes. Ever since the plane took off that we are currently on right now, Operation Southern Peace has started, and Trump, Secretary of Defense, and the other U.S. military people are involved in this operation. So, do you have one more question before we move on?
Got it. I'm curious. What's the goal of this operation? Is it just about selling Venezuelan oil reserves? Or are there other motives behind it?
Okay, well, That's a great question. And according to Trump, another thing we're going to do is we're going to get money. We're going to get paid money for this. Also, okay. Also, everybody on the plane, if you can hear, according to U.S. President Trump, the operations. Another goal of this operation is to make Venezuela great again. That's what Trump said. Of course, he said that, but okay, who's next? Who's next? Okay, is there
I guess hear the full answer.
okay? Is there anybody else who would like to? Is there anybody else who would like to give me a question? Okay, you on the left in seat 5. Okay, you 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 you. Okay, do you have a question about the Maduro release? Okay, do you have a question about the Maduro release?
It's not about the Maduro release. I want a divorce.
Do you okay? Uh, oh,
I'm sorry. I'm just not happy.
okay. That's the worst question we're gonna have all night. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, Kimberly, if that's your name, do you have a question about the Maduro release?
Yeah, I do actually. Do you know anything about the Venezuelan leader being freed?
Not now, but that is why we have launched Operation Southern Peace. Do you have a question about that?
Can you clarify what So Sovereign Peace is all about?
Okay, Operation Southern Peace is we restore Venezuela. We sell their oil to Iran and China and a lot of other of those countries. And according to President Trump, make Venezuela great again. Of course, he would say something like that.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. So it's kind of a package deal then, with selling oil and all?
Yeah, you could say that. It's a big deal. I'ma get Trump on the line. I might get him on the line soon. Anyway, okay. Do you have one last question?
Wait, hold on. Can you just confirm one more time about Maduro?
Okay, I can see that you are new to this. Maduro is a drug dealer, sex trafficker, and a lot of other things. And as I say this, I realize he's not that good of a person I thought. I'm just saying this out loud for the first. Yes, he's a bad guy. And as I'm saying this for the first time, I'm starting to realize he's not a good person like I thought. And he is not that good. And uh what I've said, that might not be a nice thing at all. But I'm friends with Trump, but the problem is, the issue is, I'm on Maduro's side. Trump is on his side because Trump is a selfish person. He only cares about himself.
I see. So, who are you on the side of then?
I'm on the okay. Since this is the last question, I'm gonna make it simple. So, I'm on 50% Maduro and 50% Trump.
Okay, got it. So you're neutral then?
Yes.
Okay, just to confirm, do you have any kind of relationship with either Maduro or Trump?
I wouldn't say relationship, but a friendship with
You
Trump.
know what? Never mind. So who should I vote for in the presidential elections?
Okay, Kimberly, that question is that question is not a good question. It's already occurred. You would have to be living under a rock not to know that Trump is already president, and you would have to be living under a rock to not know that Maduro has been captured and what everything I just said.
Hold on. So you're saying that Maduro has been captured?
Okay, woman, have you watched the news at all in between these 24 hours in between yesterday and today? Have you seen the news at all? Have you heard the news at all? Why are you even on this plane to Brazil for the conference in Brazil if you know nothing about this operation?
Whoa! Take it easy. I've been keeping up with the news. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
To me, it sounds like you are missing everything. To me, it sounds like you're dumb. And to me, it sounds like you should sit down before I get violent. Okay, so I'm not taking any more questions for the next hour. I will be back in this part of the cabin for questions. I will be back in about an hour.